Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome to the WOW Woman of Wonder event. I am Mayor Kay. It's an honor and privilege to be emceeing this event tonight with you all. Thank you so much for showing up. I am a filmmaker, an author, a podcast host, but my most proudest title, especially tonight, is Alana's, Zachron Levracha, her best friend, Alana's best friend. I'm gonna take that title, her best friend. It's a privilege to be here, and thank you again for all showing up. I hope you have a drink of your choice. Have a drink in hand. We're popping bottles tonight because, as you know, Alana liked to party, have a good time. So please, we are starting to pregame here. So l'chaim to you all. That may have been a geffen, but l'chaim, cheers. Later on in the program, we're going to have a toast and a very special video presentation in memory of Alana. And we also have some incredible fun entertainment as well. So stick around. We have a beautiful 1 hour presentation and memorial for Alana. So thank you for showing up. Before we get started and I introduce the first speaker for tonight, I want to invite you all. I'm going off script right now here, but I want to invite us all to land. We had a busy day today. It's the middle of the week. To take a moment, just a few moments, deep breath. We could close our eyes if you like, and just take a moment to just think of Alana. A moment of laughter, a connection, maybe the first time you met her. Just take a moment right now. Just, again, it may help to close your eyes and just bring her presence, bring her energy, bring her smile, her face into your mind's eye. And let's just take a moment as we step into this beautiful program. I'm just thinking about how annoyed she was every time I pronounced her name wrong. It was always Alana for me for first 6 months of our friendship. And then it was like, banana, Alana, banana. I still get it wrong sometimes. I hope that helped everybody land here right now as we take off in this beautiful program. First off, I'd like to introduce Johanna Gutman-Hershkowitz, chairman of the board. Johanna, all yours.
Hello, everyone. We felt it very important to acknowledge the violence and the terror that is occurring in Israel at this moment. We stand firmly with the people of Israel, and our hearts and our prayers go out to our soldiers who are protecting and defending our land and our people and the families of the victims. We also support our staff and their families who continue to reach out and help the families who depend on us as much as possible. Avinu Shebashamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'Goalo, Barech et Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Tzmichat Geulatenu, Hagen Alea be'evrat chazdecha, Ufros Alea sukat shlomecha, Ushlach orcha v'amitecha le'rashea, Sarea v'yotzea, V'taknem be'etzat tova milfanecha, Chazek et yedei maginei Eretz Katshenu v'anchilem Eloheinu Yeshua v'ateret nitzachon teatram, V'natata shalom ba'aretz v'simchat olam le'yoshveha, V'et achenu kol beit Yisrael פקדנה בכל ארצות פזוריהם ותוליכם מהרה קוממיות לציון עירך וירושלים משכן שמך ככתוב בתורת משה עבדך אם יהיה נידחך בקצה השמיים משם יקבצך אדוני אלוהיך ומשם ייקחך והביאך אדוני אלוהיך אל הארץ אשר ישוע אבותיך וירשת והיטיבך והרבך מאבותיך ויחד לבבינו לאהבה וליראת שמך ולשמור את כל דברי תורתך ושלח לנו מהרה בן דוד משיח צדקך לפדות מחכה קץ ירשתך הופע באדר גאון עוזך על כל יושבי תבל ארצך ויאמר כל אשר נשמה באפו אדוני אלוהי ישראל מלך ומלכותו בכל משלה אמן סלה. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Johanna. Hi, my name is Lori Zenisser. Many of you know me as Alana's boss. She always introduced me. This is my boss, Lori. And I'm just so excited to see so many of you here tonight. Of course, we wish this event was in honor of Alana instead of a memorial. And of course, it should be an in-person event. But nothing seems normal at this moment. But we do promise this event tonight is going to be uplifting. And I believe Alana would have been so proud of everyone here this evening. I want to thank the chairs, Yael Penn, Dahlia Schwab, and Lisa Schechter, and the entire WOW committee for working so hard, ensuring that this evening would be successful. I also want to thank the entire board, the staff, and vendors, and many of Alana's friends who volunteered over the years. Oh, wait, you guys didn't actually really volunteer. You were all threatened by Alana to come and help. Even though you were threatened, we so appreciated everything you did for us, because we all know no one could say no to Alana. Alana and I started at the same time in 2016. We have a small team, but a mighty team. And if you knew Alana, you knew she was loud, very loud, and mighty. We work at WeWorks in a one-room office, and Alana referred to it as a closet. In 2019, I told her she is way too loud and needs to work from home, and she gladly obliged. So when COVID hit, Alana was ready. There were many changes at the Emunah of America office, and Alana was an important part of that change. Alana was my secret weapon, actually. When it came to getting a better price or getting people to do things, her favorite tactic was to say to everybody, if they didn't give her what she wanted to do, you clearly hate orphans. Needless to say, she got what she wanted. I mean, it was really sometimes so awkward, but it worked. She is missed every day. It's hard to believe she is gone, but she's never forgotten. So we want to keep this upbeat and moving along. And, you know, I'm really excited because I think you're going to love this. And I'd like to introduce Emunah of America's National President, Debbie Bienenfeld. Take it up.
Thanks,
Debbie.
Thanks, Lori. This has been a really hard time, and it's been incredibly heartwarming to see the outpouring of love and generosity in memory of Alana Aleha Shalom. Emunah of America has dedicated in perpetuity the annual WOW event as the Alana Karp WOW Women of Wonder event. The Alana Karp Fund has been established in her memory and has now raised over $191,000 at the moment. Thanks to all of you. The first project we have undertaken is the music room at Ahuzat Sarah, which is in the process of being completed. We are so grateful to all of you for raising funds that will impact and change the lives of so many children and families in Israel. Alana was passionate about the work Emunah does in Israel, and Emunah of America pledges to honor and continue her legacy. Please check out this short video about Emunah's services.
Hello, everyone. That was just a quick glimpse of what Emunah does 365 days a year. I worked very closely with Alana for 4 years, and this evening is a celebration of her life and her work. Alana impacted and made such a difference to Emunah of America, and she was an essential piece of raising millions of dollars for Israel. I miss her every single day, as do all of you. Now I would like to take a moment to welcome Alana's family who are joining us this evening. And on behalf of Emunah, we send our deepest condolences to you on this tremendous loss. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, so here we are at a moment of the program to bring out some laughter. As we all know, Alana always told that she always said that she was the funniest person that she knows. So this next act has big shoes to follow. Now, who's the next act? I'm glad you asked. Comedian Sarge is an entertainer who has performed worldwide to adoring audiences. He delights audiences with humor that resonates with audiences from all ages. He is a comedian, but beyond just a comedian, he's a very well-talented man. He's a self-taught piano savant, an author, a motivational speaker. His humor comes from a very personal place, as his road to success was not a smooth one. He was born in Miami Beach, Florida, during the Civil Rights Movement to a Jewish mother and a Black father, but given up for adoption soon after birth. Fortunately, adopted by a couple who then raised him in Great Neck, Long Island. Wow, what a story. Well, without further ado, we have the multi-talented talented comedian, motivational speaker, and author, the one and only Sarge.
Hello. Oh, I have to unmute. Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me. The perfect spot for comedy. They're shooting rockets in Israel. We're memorializing an absolute saint. And now it's time to laugh. Perfect spot for a comedian. Boy, I'll tell you, right off the top, right out of the gates. But thank you so much, Mayor. And to all of you wonderful women. I don't know how I fit in, women of wonder. And here I am, a freckled Black Jew. I'm in Florida. So maybe next year you can plan your event here. We've been open since May because basically Florida has no boundaries. You understand? I mean, we've just 2 months after the pandemic. And, when you think about it, I'm originally from New York. I was born in Miami Beach. But I mean, I survived the payphones in New York. Forget about COVID. Okay, think about this. If you survive payphones had 225 communicable diseases just in the receiver. Okay, we didn't have Lysol, we didn't have any kind of wipes, we didn't have Purell. Okay, and we used payphones, and there could be a leper on the phone. And if you needed to make a call, you took it away, you rubbed it on your shirt, and you made your call, and you didn't get sick. We went to the doctor. You remember when going to the doctor was going to a doctor? Not going to an emergency room, not going to an urgent care, going to a doctor. A gentleman or lady in a lab coat with a stethoscope over their shoulder smoking a cigarette who was going to treat you, right? But they had a waiting area. And in the waiting area, there was a table with magazines from the late 1800s, which had all of the illnesses of everyone that ever came to the doctor's office on those magazines. And while you waited for the doctor, you sat there and you, no Purell, no Lysol, and you read the magazine and nothing happened to you. We went bowling. We wore shoes that a homeless person wouldn't wear. Filthy shoes. We didn't have anything, sanitization. We didn't have Lamisol. We didn't have Tinactin. And we put the shoes on. They rented them to us. Then we went and handled all of the bowling balls in the bowling alley. Remember this? And so the filthiest, the sticking your fingers in the holes of a bowling ball that had never been cleaned. Now you've handled filthy shoes. You've handled filthy balls. And now you go to your lane and they offer you food from a bowling alley. Do you remember this? What do you have for me? Well, we have a hot dog that's been on a wire carousel since the Eisenhower administration. We have nacho chips with neon orange goop, and we have French fries. Oh, you know what? I'll have the French fries, which are made in oil, which hasn't been changed since they broke ground on the bowling alley. And we would eat the French fry after handling the balls and handling the shoes and handling the French fry. Now, and nothing happened to us. So in Florida, we're not worried about COVID. Florida, God bless it. Florida was invented so that Jews from New York would have a place to fall down. And it's a much better place for them to fall down, largely because there's other people already on the ground. So when they fall, it breaks their fall. Home of the largest defensive driving class on the planet. I live in a place called Boynton Beach, and you're probably thinking, oh, you were from Great Neck, but now you live in Boynton Beach. I'm bragging. Boynton Beach is closed every other week. The people driving, they can't see, they can't hear, they have no memory, they have no feeling in their hands or feet, they have no idea where they're going, and they're driving 80 miles an hour in reverse out of a parking spot at Walgreens. You know what I mean? Dangerous place. Florida's a place where the post office is closed every other week because someone drove through the lobby. Florida's the only place where I live where you hear this announcement at the airport. Will the two people who said they can walk on the plane under their own power, please report to the podium for early boarding. The two people who said they can walk and the 6 Jews faking a limp to get on early with them. We have a very full flight. We have 2 people who can walk, 6 Jews faking a limp, and 660 wheelchairs. We would like you to help us by putting your hands on the shoulders of the person in front of you. We'll be loading the plane the way they bring the carts back into the supermarket. We won't be boarding by group number today. We'll be boarding by ailment. If you're suffering from any of these ailments, please get online behind the 2 people who can walk and the 6 Jews faking a limp and the wheelchairs. We'll start with shingles, rheumatoid arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, dry mouth, dry scalp, dry everything, early dementia, late dementia, medium dementia, that's where I live. So I very much look forward to coming back to New York. I have no idea how I was chosen for this magnificent tribute to Alana Karp, who, from all indications, was an extraordinary person. Just an absolute extraordinary person. They say she liked to party. I had a 4.0 in college. I don't know if that factors in, 4.0 blood alcohol level. But I was born here. I was born in Miami Beach, and it's a cute story. I'm actually the quota for the show. See, I'm both Black and Jewish, and it's a very, very cute thing. My birth mother was an Orthodox Jewish girl from Chicago. She got pregnant by a Black man, but the story was that she sat on a bench near a basketball court. She didn't really date the guy. She sat on a bench. So she chose to have the baby. She moved to Miami Beach to have me, thank God. Went to Mount Sinai Hospital, which many of you know was the place where Moses received the 10 Commandments in America. She checked in, no husband, no boyfriend. She wants to have the baby. She just wants it to be with a beautiful Jewish family if possible. Well, it just so happens that the chief of staff, head of OBGYN there, was my grandfather from Brooklyn's best friend. And so he took her in. He said, any day now, no problem, have the baby. Cut to New York, my adoptive parents, this is Beshert, my adoptive parents couldn't find a baby suitable. And so my grandfather called his best friend in Miami Beach and says, Harry, I'm looking for a grandchild. Do you have anything in stock? He said, Herman, something just came in today. Beautiful girl, white skin, from Chicago, phenomenally educated, studying to be a doctor. She's about to give birth any minute. So my grandfather said, any minute? I have to come right now then. He said, then come right now. He says, are you coming right now? Do me a favor. Go to Ebinger's in Brooklyn and pick me up a babka. Only Jews do this. Gentile people never ask you where you are when you say you're coming over. Jews always want to know where you are so that you might be able to pick up some food that they like, so it shouldn't be a wasted trip. So he says, sure, I'll go over. He gets a babka, goes to LaGuardia Airport, jumps on a plane, flies to Miami Beach, gets in a taxi, runs over to Mount Sinai Hospital, runs into the hospital, no security, into the elevator, all the way up to the 4th floor. Now, you have to understand, in those days, no security. Today, many layers of security at in the hospital. I mean, they have to, because it's Mount Sinai Hospital in Miami Beach. It's a target. So what they've done is they've added a 3rd and 4th 80-year-old lady volunteer at the front desk, because the #1 deterrent to terrorism in Miami Beach are elderly women eating hard candy. He runs right in, gets in the elevator, goes up to the 4th floor with the babkas, finds the doctor, Harry, Herman, they embrace, he hands him the babka, he says, where's my baby? And he takes him down to the room and he says, she's about to give birth any minute now. I'm a little concerned. She just broke her water and it was a little cafe latte-ish. Go get a scrub suit. I want you to be at the delivery. And the next thing you know, she goes into labor. I'm about to come into the world. And now, as the big moment occurs, there's the doctor, there's my birth mother, there's my grandfather. He says, go ahead, Herman, deliver your grandchild. And I start coming out, and I'm coming out, and he's pulling me, and she's breathing, and she's pulling, and he looks at me as I come out, and he looks at the doctor, and he looks at my birth mother, and he looks at the doctor, and he looks at me, and he says, I think we left him in a little too long. He's on the burnt side. I was obviously not white, as you can see. I have freckles, kisses from God. But as it turns out, my parents came down to pick me up and they took me directly to Great Neck. Now think about this. If any one of those things had gone differently, like he didn't bring the babka, I wouldn't be moving to Great Neck. I went from unadoptable, mixed race child. I have to remind you, I recently turned 58, and even more recently, I turned 59. And I would have been unadoptable, but because of a babka, because of this beautiful woman, because of this beautiful doctor, I'm moving to Great Neck, which is the equivalent of getting struck in the backside by lightning and hitting the Powerball on the same day. And so here I am. Extraordinary life. And humor. When you look like me, you have to have a good sense of humor. You just do. Humor is so important. Humor is a beautiful thing. You have to be able to laugh every single day when you wake up. You know, Jews have a difficult time with this. You know, Gentiles are happy people. Gentiles wake up in the morning and they say, it's going to be a great day. Jews wake up in the morning and they go, I'm up again. I have to fill a prescription. I have to drop off dry cleaning. Oh my God, the phone. That's the phone. Get the phone. The phone's ringing already. Jews are exhausted just from waking up. But as it turns out, you have to have a sense of humor. And I'm a Black Jew, you know, with all of this going on. You know, I had all the jokes when I was growing up. I'm Black and Jewish. I shoplift, but just wholesale. Jewish part doesn't work on Shabbos. Black part tries not to work the other 6 days. But with the way the world is going, you have to be careful now. You don't want to upset anybody. You see, all jokes are about somebody or something, but people don't realize it. And I think we're losing our sense of humor. Political correctness never touched me. I was born this way, Black and Jewish. As a matter of fact, when I was born, think about the political correct climate that was going on, both Black and Jewish, right? When I was born, I was a Negro baby. That was upsetting to people, Negro, the word Negro. So then they called me colored. Then I went from colored, I was mulatto. 50 years before there was a Starbucks, I was a mulatto Frappuccino Grande. I was well ahead of my time. But mulatto was upsetting to people. So then they changed it to brown. Then they went to Black. Then they went to mixed race, multi-ethnic, Afro-American, African-American. And then they found out African-American, some of them were from Cincinnati. So it couldn't be African-American, now it was back to Black. Now, finally, they've arrived at a place that's supposedly much less upsetting sociologically and demographically. I am a person of color, which describes just about everybody. However, in honor of my color, which is beige, I'm beige. I'm starting the Beige Lives Matter movement, and we're going to be having a march up I-95. I've got 2 other people, Drake and Colin Powell, are going to be joining me for the Beige Man March. So you see what I mean? You see how silly it is? We all just have to love each other. Love unconditionally, forgiveness and love, humor, laughter. And I think that embodies the spirit of Emunah. I think its spirit embodies the spirit of Alana Karp. And I just have to say to Mayor and all of the ladies that worked so hard to put this together, I hope you got a little smile on your face tonight. I hope I was able to make just a little bit happier. I'm honored to have been asked to participate in this and to join you. And in the memory and honor of a obviously magnificent person, God bless you and keep you, and thank you so much for asking me to join you. It was a real pleasure.
Thank you. Snap your fingers, thumbs up, high five the camera. That was incredible, Sarge. Hilarious. That was amazing, hitting all notes, and thank you for sharing all that. We're entering now a part of the program where we're going to ask you all to get your drinks of choice lifted up. We're going to be having a toast shortly. As you all know, Alana, I love to have a drink, a party. It brings me back to the time where she hit me up. We went to the Kosher Fest together, and she just exchanged her personality for currency. And just like the moment we got in there, she was making eyes with everybody behind the booth. She knew where to go. It was my first time. It wasn't her first rodeo. And she just like had her pickups. Like throughout the day, she would go over to different people with different wines and different food. And like, okay, I'll come back. Closing time. Okay, the bread. Okay, cool. That wine. Walking away, she crushed it. It was a lit day. I don't remember too much of it. Drink more than I ever did in my life. But it was a good time. It was a good time with Alana. So without further ado, please bring your drink, raise your glass, and we're gonna have, as we all know, Alana had a lot of friends and best friends. So we're gonna hear a toast from Alana's best friend, Yael Penn. Yael, take it away.
Wow, that is not only the name of this event, but one of the first words that comes to mind when I think of Alana. Long before Gal Gadot played Wonder Woman, Alana Karp was a true woman of wonder. It's not a toast for Alana without a pop culture reference. Alana maintained countless friendships with people from all walks of life, making each person feel that they were her closest friend. An impressive task, because I actually held that title. Her Shabbos meals were legendary, with massive attendance, yet no actual guest list. Her door was just literally open at all times. For those in need, she organized meal trains and Tehillim groups and was always available with a sympathetic ear. She had multiple chavrutas, study partners, and could often be found with books on Jewish wisdom, not only reading them, but applying their lessons to her life. Wherever Alana went, she lit up the room. Her upbeat personality, overflowing creativity, wacky spontaneity, spirited singing and dancing, and her infectious humor entertained and brought joy to everyone she interacted with. Her enthusiasm for life was matched by a sense of purpose that inspired us all. She wanted to leave a mark, make a difference, and connect with people, which is what brought her to Emunah, where her passion shined through. The people she met through Emunah and from the Emunah homes became her friends and part of her life, and the people from her life became part of Emunah, as you can clearly see from this gathering. The WOW event was Alana's brainchild. She envisioned a fun, laid-back night celebrating outstanding women in the community, the kind of event people attended because they wanted to, not because they had to. So at every WOW night ahead, when you are having a good time, instead of being in a stuffy room with boring speeches and a plate of dry chicken, you can thank Alana. In reflecting on Alana in preparation for this toast, I am truly wowed by Alana's boundless energy and ability to juggle it all: family, friends, community, charity, service, Jewish life, eating noodles and cheese, reading, fun, and definitely TV. When I think about all Alana had going on simultaneously, I can finally understand something that was a mystery to me over the past 25 years: why she was always late. So please raise your glasses with me in a l'chaim to Alana, who we can bet is joining us with a drink in her hand right now. Thank you, Alana, for 25 years of friendship as unique as ours, for your impact on my life, and for filling it with the love, support, and adventures that I needed and missed so much. L'chaim literally means to life, and there's no one more full of life or better to toast than this year's Woman of Wonder, Alana Riva Karp, who taught us how to celebrate life and live it to the fullest and fill each day with purpose, selflessness, and joy. To Alana, her family, her friends, and the friends and families of Emunah, l'chaim. And now, please enjoy this special tribute video in Alana's memory, compiled by her many friends.
Starting today with none other than Brooklyn's cutest, Alana Karp! Woo!
Tonight we are remembering Alana, who was the queen of making up her own acronyms and catchphrases that became commonly used amongst her friends, almost a secret language. I would like to present my own acronym in her honor, SNF3, Spunk, Noodles, Faith, Family, and Friends.
Our last phone conversation was right around Rosh Hashanah. And she was just starting her chemo treatments, and she was nervous about how she was gonna go Yom Kippur without fasting. How she was gonna go through a Yom Kippur without actually fasting. She wanted to fast, and everyone was telling her, you can't think about that, it's not safe for you. And she said, but I can't imagine doing it without doing Yom Kippur the right way.
If you met her, she took you in, she embraced you, she made you smile, she made you laugh, and you were instantly friends.
It always amazed me how Alana knew every single word to every single song. I could never keep up with her. Whenever I sing or dance today, I will always think of Alana, and she is always in my heart.
Thursday night, when my mom really wanted to go for cholent, Alana hopped on over at 11 o'clock at night. We took my mom to Crown Heights to eat cholent kishka and to see all the yoilies. Every summer, we'd have our special Alana and Yael Day. I will always cherish that forever.
There were times I had told Alana that she needed to tone it down, but really that was the best part about her. It's what we remember and miss the most. It's why she had an army of friends, made everyone around her happy, was the life at the party, and why there was never a dull moment with her around.
No one will ever forget meeting Alana. That fact is partially attributed to her presence and her fun-loving attitude. But the real reason no one ever forgot meeting Alana was because of the way she made you feel. She connected with you on a personal level, and she always engaged with people.
Thank you,
Alana, Alana, nicht gedei, gedei, You're not alone. We are with you, thinking about you. Chazak, chazak, v'nis chazek, be strong, be strong.
Alana was very committed and dedicated to her job at Emunah. We worked together on so many projects, but with Alana, it never felt like work. She was always so much fun, so outrageous, and never PC. Alana's loss is a loss for Emunah and a loss on a personal level.
Hi, Alana. Mordechai Ben David here. Dago minayin. Nothing to worry about. Hashem loves you and Hashem is with you.
Girls, what you trying to do? 24 karat magic in the air. Head to toe, so play it. Look out. Okay. Wrap it up. We're
In preparation for our summer programs at the children's homes in Israel, we ordered a summer's worth of supplies to her apartment in the city, to the point where her apartment was just 5,000 boxes stacked up to the top. And of course she didn't complain, and she would just say FTK for the kids / for the carp. I miss you, carp.
Alana, Heilige Alana, your mom has changed our lives. Your mom has changed our lives. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem.
miss you so much. Alana was such an amazing and extraordinary friend. She had so much energy and so much love of life that she would walk into a room with a hello and a hey, and you just knew that it was going to be a great time. We had so many special memories together and shenanigans that I hold in a special place in my heart.
Thank you, Hashem. תודה רבה לך. Thank you, Hashem. תודה רבה לך, השם יתברך. Thank you, Hashem. 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 Thank you,
Singing Miami Boys choir songs will never be the same. Boating with your friends will never be the same. Shabbos afternoon in the magical garden will never be the same. Drinking champagne out of a wine glass will never be the same. I will miss you forever. Nothing will ever be the same.
Wow, that was super special. Thank you to all the friends who put that together in Alana's memory, and going down memory lane and hearing those words are just incredible. It's incredible to see the impact that Alana had on all our lives, and just look at the numbers that are showing up on this event. And of course, this is just 10 times fold to the people out there who she touched and made laugh and smile and connected with, even for a brief moment. Alana didn't, in my personal experience, it wasn't something that, that I chose to be her friend. She locked eyes with you and she's like, yo, I want to be friends with you. And she made that happen. And lucky me. I'm grateful for that. Moving on now to the next part of this program, we have with us Chris Turner. Now hear this, Chris Turner's quotable gags and rapid freestyle raps have established him as one of the most in-demand acts on the corporate circuit and at comedy clubs around the world. He is based in the USA and regularly performs at New York's world's famous Comedy Cellar and LA's legendary Comedy and Magic Club. His keen wit and intelligent wordplay have seen him rack up over 30 million views on YouTube. Yeah, we should talk sometime, Chris. Headline for 1 million Dutch comedy fans on RTL4's flagship stand-up show, The Comedy Factory, appear live on BBC Radio and perform sold-out 5-star runs at festivals worldwide. Let's give it up for the one and only Chris Turner.
Thank you very much, Mayor. That was a lovely introduction. Hello, I'm Chris. I'm coming to you from a hotel room in Missouri. I've tried to artfully arrange all the lamps in the room to kind of light my face in the best possible way and hide the fact that I don't particularly have a chin. It's more this angle that you can see that. Don't worry if you have a chin, I can still do everything you can do except fold a towel. It's a real pleasure, an honor, and a privilege to be part of this amazing celebration of Alana. I obviously did not know her, but watching that video, it was so lovely. It was really, really nice. I need to just kind of express what I do straight up top, because very few people believe this. I am a freestyle rapper. I make up raps on the spot based on your suggestions. And I can see some of your faces now going, well, this is all a big prank. What? This is the end of the show. A British boy laying down some raps. Yes, that is correct. I will rap about anything you guys desire. Let me give you some rules and guidelines first. Number one, because I want you all to think of a suggestion that you want to hear a rap about. Don't choose food or animals, okay? Some of the most common suggestions our brains think of, people say bagels, they say puppies. You can be better than that. Some of the best suggestions I've ever had include 9th century crop rotation, geographic sinkhole locations, and I had a man in Hamburg, Germany stand up at a show and say, "A day in the life of an Aztec high priest, rap about that, British boy." So I'm going to get some suggestions from you. It's super simple to give a suggestion. All you have to do is just wave at your camera like this, and my magical technical assistant will spotlight you. We'll get a suggestion. Once we have 5, we will drop a beat and serve up some entirely improvised rhymes. So the first suggestion is always the hardest. You sat there going, oh, I really want to suggest something like bad hotel room paintings. But don't be nervous. Just give it a little wave like that, or raise your virtual hand, and we'll get you spotlighted, and then we'll get that suggestion. What's that first one going to be? And also, I'm not in charge of the spotlighting. This is entirely random. So whoever, let's see, or who are we getting? Hello there. Hello, is that Miriam? If you can unmute yourself. Lovely to meet you, Miriam. What would you, and also I love that I can see all that alcohol on the shelf there, just immediately, just like, yeah, we got a built-in shelf for the alcohol. That's how important it is to us. It is. Look, it's been a tough pandemic. No shame in that game. Miriam, what would you like a rap about?
Oh, I don't know. I thought I was supposed to throw out a word, like an association word.
Oh, yeah, anything at all.
So I'd say, like, I was going to say bath bombs.
Bath bombs. Perfect. That's an incredible suggestion. Yeah. Do you have a particular kind of fragrance or aroma of bath bomb that you prefer?
I don't know. I just think if Alana was to ever, not to be inappropriate, but if she was to ever take a bath, she'd use a fabulous bath bomb. That's
a fabulous bath bomb. No, that's fantastic. That's a great suggestion, Miriam. Thank you so much. I don't think there's ever been a rap about bath bombs before. I don't think Dr. Dre was like, yeah, I got the bubbles in my tub. That's amazing, Miriam. Thank you so much. Let's get our second suggestion. Give me a wave if you have it. We'll hear what it is. I'm getting bath bomb is already an incredible suggestion. So we need 4 more before we drop that beat. My magical technical wizard is spotlighting someone. Hello there, Rachel. And what an incredible top that is. Jumper, sweater, I don't know what you guys say in America. It looks incredible. Rachel did not even realize that you were going to be chosen for this. No, that's okay. All you have to do is give me something you want to rap about, any word, topic, or phrase at all. There's an argument going on. I feel like someone in that room just waved in front of the camera, then turned it in front of you to put you on the spot there, Rachel. You can do it. Unmute yourself. What would you like a rap about?
Cactuses.
Cactuses. And thank you so much for not even bothering with the plural. You were like, should we say cacti like you meant to say? No, cactuses. That's what we'll say. Thank you so much, Rachel. And thank you to Rachel's companion who really just threw her into the deep end there. You're a bad person, whoever did that. Rachel clearly has never been in front of a camera before. She doesn't understand what's going on. Look at, yeah, then we just get to see a couch. Let's get our third suggestion. I can see some hands up there. If we can get one of those lovely people spotlighted. We've got some hands up there from Saul, Lisa, and Stacy and Sean. Maybe spotlight one of those guys. Oh, we got Laurie. Hey, Laurie, lovely to see you. Excellent hosting and talking. And I love your background. Just so you know, behind the scenes, everyone, before the call, when we were getting prepped, everyone was worried. It was like, Laurie, your background is moving. Your background is waving in the wind, Laurie. And, you know, we've got to deal with it. So, Laurie, what would you like a rap about?
Alana always said full. You're a full idiot. You're full something. She's always something full. You're just fully stupid, whatever it may be. So
amazing.
The word full.
Perfect. That's fantastic. Lovely. Thank you so much for that, Laurie. Let's get 2 more suggestions. Let's get these ones nice and fast. By the way, I can see there's so much waving going on in Faye Elephant's screen. We should try and get Faye on. Hey, Stacey and Sean, welcome. What would you... Also, you're so terrifyingly backlit, the both of you. You were like, should we put this in front of our face? No, behind us. Let's terrify them. What would you guys like a rap about? Make sure you hit that unmute before you give it me. Look, guys, it's only been 14 months of the pandemic. We should learn how unmute works. What do you guys want to rap about?
That took a while. I'm going to defer this one to my wife.
Okay, lovely. Well, yeah, diplomatic.
Thank you.
So going with what was just said, Alana always said, like, -0. So -0.
And -0 meaning what?
Can you elaborate?
Like so -0.
Like not possible. Like
not possible.
0.
Impossible.
Impossible.
Brilliant. I love it. That's great. Thank you very much for that, Stacey and Sean. One final suggestion. Who's it going to be? This is all random. I'm not even selecting this. I see some of your face. I'm like, I'd definitely pick them. But my magical technical assistant is choosing for us. Let's get the final suggestion. Then we can do this. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Vadim, are we able to suggest that? Here we go. Oh, we've got, yes! Look how happy, oh my gosh, someone's in the corner. I thought there were two of you, and then it was like, hello. What would you guys like a rap about?
Well, I taught her everything I know.
Tell her who you are.
By the way, I'm her aunt.
Oh, well, amazing. Well, thank you for being here with us.
Best cousin and another cousin.
Oh, well,
we want to share what we all grew up with, and it's called alcohol. Alcohol.
And
You know,
what? Yeah. What? So, what's your particular favorite pick of alcohol?
rosé wine.
Rosé wine. Of course, can't go wrong with rosé. Amazing. Thank you so much for that. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you for having me here. Let's do this then. Lovely people. This is going to be a freestyle. As I said, a rap made up on the spot based entirely on suggestions, not written, not prepared, not rehearsed. The suggestions are fabulous bath bombs, cactuses, Alana's saying of full, as in you're a full idiot or fully stupid, -0, and alcohol, specifically rosé. As I said, a rap made up on the spot. And do not worry, it will not be anywhere near as atrociously, embarrassingly, toe-curlingly bad as you're expecting a privately educated, middle-class, white British boy to be. Let's get it going. Jumping on the beat, then you know the rap's on. Let me explode completely like a bath bomb. When I put it in the water, drop it in the middle. I make sure the faucet's warm and then it fizzles to the sides. I really like it, I never separate. Get the little flower petals in there, let me set it straight. Allows me to relax so naturally. 2 hours go by, my wife be shouting at me, saying, Chris, are you out at last? I'm like, I feel fabulous in this bath. Doesn't even matter that it takes over an hour. I always use a bath bomb, never with the shower. If I go in there, you know I don't like it. My favorite plant, well, it's kind of spiky. I pick it up there, touch it and it hurts. Plucking all the cacti from the desert, and I know you're looking at me feeling nonplussed, saying cacti, Chris. It's cactuses. We like to mess the plural up. If you've got a cactus, you better water up. You ought to make sure that you kind of take care. Horticulturalists, they are aware. If you want to be a cactus watering hero, is it possible? No, -0. That's less than doable. Less than can be done. -0, that's less than 1. Technically, in mathematics, it's impossible, but doesn't matter. Get your calculators out. You can try and do it. Subtract it from itself. When it comes to algebra, I got a lot of wealth and knowledge in my head. Yes, a head full idiot. Well, I might call myself not that. I'm aware of y'all, like in Texas, the South, saying fully stupid, full to the brim. We diss this, full to the brim. That would be a meniscus. If I want to have a real good time, I make sure I fill to the top of the wine glass. Get so drunk, I fall on my backside. I drink so much wine, I go cross-eyed. What would I pick? I'm not choosing, not white, not red. Now I plump for rosé. Easy answer, solution to the riddle. If you mix the red and white, it's the color in the middle. I never stop and think, I just drink the pink. I keep it nice and chilled, I put it in the fridge. I get it out there too in the afternoon. I drink rosé here in my hotel room. There we go. Little freestyle. What I'm wondering is all the people next door, what do they think's going on right now? They're like, what is that British accent there? Those were great suggestions. Thank you so much, guys. Before I do another rap for you guys that will get as many of you involved as possible, because I know so many of you waving your hands, I want to get you all involved. This is my accent, by the way. I am British. I did grow up loving hip hop, listening to Dr. Dre when I was 12 years old. That's how I got into it. Dr. Dre, when you're 12, is quite a lot to take in. I thought it was pronounced Dr. E. But I should also clarify, I loved hearing from Faye about alcohol. That's what we grew up with. That was wonderful, because I'm British, right? That's the same for us. People ask me, why are the British so drunk all the time? I think it's because we have free healthcare. I think that's why. Like, there's no incentive to kind of, not drink if you can just go to the hospital and be like, fix this, doctor. Yeah, there you go. You're fixed. On with that. Our government ran a campaign to stop us drinking because our attitude is very unhealthy, right? Like in America, if you want to have a wine at 2 p.m, you go, well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Whereas in England, we're just like, yeah, it's 10 a.m. now. Cheers. That is not a healthy attitude. Our government ran a campaign to reduce our drinking. They put billboards up with pictures of very drunk people on, people lying out, passed out on the floor with bottles all around them. And it said in big letters, alcohol, Know your limits. And they thought British people would look at that and think, yeah, I should drink less. That's not what happened. They looked at that picture and thought, that's a good idea. I'm going to go out and discover my limit. He's not even peed himself. That's 2 drinks away from his limit. So what I want to do is get all of you involved. So this is kind of like a little scavenger hunt thing. Everyone, go and grab something that you would like me to rap about, okay? Go and get an object, and we're going to bring it back, hold it up in front of the camera. We're going to randomly spotlight you. I will rap about whatever comes on the screen, okay? Don't be lazy. Don't just pick up whatever's next to you. Don't just be like, oh, my mask, or oh, some napkins from Subway. No, go and find something. Bring it back. You've got 30 seconds. I will get a nice beat for you. And then I will ask my magical tech wizard to spotlight you one at a time, and we will drop some beats about whatever you've got. Let's do this. Right, okay. First person is going to be spotlighted in about 15 seconds. So if you run in to get a thing, go get it, hurry back, hold it up nice and close in front of the camera for me so I can see it. If you've got a virtual background, hold the thing in front of your face. Otherwise, it will disappear into the background and you'll just stand there looking like you're holding up your hand. Let's spotlight that first person. Let's see what we got. Let's go. Objects, who's on next? I need my tech to spotlight and inspect about this. Oh, that's my aim, disguising your face behind that frame. Oh, choosing these with the pair of skis and your interior decorator. Yes, please, I can see over your shoulder. It's good, got a very nice, neat bit of carved wood with the gold wallpaper on the walls. You can ski down the mountain, got balls. You need to make sure you're the chosen one. You go left and right, you're frozen with the slalom. Next in any object that's on next. Come on, Mr. Tech Man, yeah, we can inspect. I wanna get the flavor, false alarm. We got Debbie, you applying the Tiger Balm. Here's a little fact, it's not a laugh if you put the Tiger Balm when you've just had a bath. I did it once, it really dropped my jaw because the Tiger Balm went inside my pores. I'm like, oh no, it feels too hot. And what's Esther got? That's a teapot. It makes a whistle at the end, so you heard. You got a plastic handle, the nozzle's got a bird. Put it on the kettle, put it on the stove. Now we got Karen, you chosen the rose. Ever so nice with the petals so red. I love that your man got a beard on his head. I can't grow one, I wish I could plant it. You got a little rose and you plant it romantic like Juliet and Romeo. And now Debbie, what you gonna hold up? What you got for me? Put it there, that's the name. When Debbie's got the red wall just to frame. And now Judy and Ron, we ain't moving it on. Bring it closer to me cause I can't see that one. It looks like a little flower made of glass. You be turning on your mic without even ask. That's okay, Judy and Ron, glad you're here. It be looking so blue with the glass so clear. Maybe blown in Murano, that's near Venice. And now bring a leader, yeah, you're gonna end this. It says la la, like Lady Gaga, la la land like LA. In the car, you be rosing there, that's a pillow or a bag. And now Delia, what you're holding at the back, I believe that's a drink that you got and it suits you. Ah, it's cold brew, I thought it was kombucha. It can disappear, it's chameleon. You're tripping over there, get your caffeine on. You need to mute the mics because the echo's coming through. And now Shimon, that's the thing that we do. It's an elephant with a long trunk, and I say on savannah every day. And you know the animal is grey, big ears. And now Shoshana, you go wild out there. I don't mean to alarm you. If you go and sack it, then you can have felt it. You gotta protect your skull, putting on a helmet, making sure you can do the football, trying when you go and hit a kick on the gridiron. Never seen the game. And now Hindi, if you got a little kind of muscle feeling pinchy, what do? You give it a massage, it's fun. You get all of the muscles, relax with that gun. And now Mayor K, that's what you chose. A nice little unicorn, the color rose, color pink with the rainbow. There on his belly, got the tiny little horn, yeah. You don't need to tell me. Shoshana, you're still here, yeah. Got the little thing, cover up the hair with a hard hat when you're playing all the game. And now, oh yes, Better Call Saul, that's the name. Got the toilet roll, that's your chose, and it's easy. You thought get weepy, I'm using the TP. Maybe it's some kitchen roll, maybe that's a bounty. And now elephants, yes, this amount I see. It's a kid's lawnmower for the grass. You can take it outside, you'd be having a blast. Like at last, I got the toy that I like, presumably made by Fisher Price, who knows? And Onwards we hurtle. Let me talk about this Leslie Turkle, a tiny little bone in the shape of a comb. Do you have a tiny little dog in your home? Give it to the hound, it chews it up. And now we're moving on to Gail, cause we see that you just showed that it's a little pillow when you know me. Blow a little kiss, that's the image of emoji. Oh, do it without fail, done with Gail. Any more, one last thing we can entail. Samantha Brick, oh, it chose you for the end of the rap. That's a Roku remote. It floats my boat and you can press, turning on the TV. Yes, I might guess you could use it. It's better than Apple TV. That's the end of that freestyle rap from me. There we go. Hey, well done, everyone. Sorry if we didn't get to do all your stuff. Absolute pleasure to rap you. Thank you so much for having me. It's a delight. My name is Chris Turner. All the best. And thank you so much for letting me be a part of this incredible event for Alana. Thank you.
Wow, round of applause. Make some noise with your mood on for Chris Turner. Wow. Thank you, Chris, for sharing your gift with us today. Incredible. So talented, man. Thank you. Thank you. So this comes to the end of the program for today. The WOW. This was truly a WOW event. Big shout out to Emunah for putting it all together and all the organizers and friends who put their time and effort into making this a special the special event that it was, and of course everybody who's contributed to the Alana fund that's being placed. I don't have an update right now, but I know it's quite a lot, and it'll be doing great things for the kids of Emunah. So thank you for participating. And to end it all off, I shared part of the story, which I mentioned. Me and Alana hung out on the Kosher Fest, and we had a great time, and we got that wine, and we headed back home, and it was a great day, and a lot of laughs. And she was talking about this bread all day, and she got her this big loaf of bread, and we got home late at night, and we went to her apartment, and she just like plopped down on the steps outside and just like made herself comfortable. We were schmoozing, and as the night it was like maybe 12 at night, maybe a little later, and this woman walked by, and she seemed homeless, and
I need
yeah.
number tomorrow night because we have to like add name. We're not gonna.
That's a good plan. I hope that works out. But ultimately, this woman, she looked like she was experiencing homelessness, walked by, and she commented on the bread, how luscious it looked, how great it looked, and on a heartbeat, on beat, Alana just took it out of her bag, gave it to her, and made it feel so personal. Asked her name, where she was from, got her story, and that was like the spectrum of Alana, who she was. And yes, she made us laugh, and yes, she had always a quick comment and a quick word to say. But ultimately, she made you feel seen and heard. She had the biggest heart. She always made fun how she always loved how she didn't know Mayor Kay. She knew Mayor Collison. And I consider her a very close friend. And she touched us all in major ways. When Keanu Reeves was asked what happens when people pass on, he said, "I don't know what happens when they pass on, but I do know that the people that love them will miss them." And it's safe to say that we all here today, we miss Alana deeply. And we know that she's here with us, and she's celebrating with us, and we're celebrating her spirit and how she impacted our lives. And may we continue to do so. May we inject and bring up perhaps an extra mitzvah, or do something kind, or do something extra in her honor. And may that be a blessing for all of us all. So thank you so much for allowing me to be part of this program tonight, and wishing you all a wonderful night.